Welcome to North Georgia Now Today. Today is Monday. It's been an interesting weekend. I had some good things happen this weekend. What'd you do?
Well, I just actually took it easy. I mean, we stayed at home and spent time together.
Well, we found that if there's not a lot of gospel singings going on, I tend to get a little antsy. So I did go to Brothers Restaurant last night and hear the Barker Brothers. And I've started a new thing on my website. I'm rating restaurants. So they got 5 hearts.
They pay you for that?
No, but they got 5 hearts, and it was well worth the drive. The Barker Brothers were there. They feature gospel music and bluegrass on the weekends.
What's the most hearts you can get?
5.
Okay, so
5. They did
good.
Great. They did great. And one thing we're going to do a program on in the near future is the service industry. If you have ever worked as a waiter or a waitress, you know how important your tips are. And I have learned not all people tip correctly. So we're going to talk about that in the near future. You know, in a time that the economy is down, if you choose to eat out, you should still correctly tip your host or your waiter or your waitress.
My wife has schooled me on that.
Oh, yes, because your wife, and I have seen her
for a while.
support your family doing that, and that is one of those things. If you do it for a living, trust me, you're not doing it because you think it's a whole lot of fun. You're doing it to make a living. Now, we're going to talk about something now I've dreaded all weekend long, but I have to do this. Everybody knows my son is a big racer. He loves racing. One of the people he looked up most to, Matt Hawkins, was killed this weekend. It was, when I got the phone call, I thought, when Jeremy said, "Have you heard about Matt?" And I thought, man, he did good at Daytona. He was killed this weekend. He was killed in an accidental shooting. It had nothing to do with racing. But I'm going to tell you something about this kid. He was on the program last year. Matt sat at the end, then Casey Roderick, then Jeremy sat over by me. He was one of the brightest upcoming stars in NASCAR. He had 2 ARCA cars. He had 2 Hooter cars. His family had given their life to this child racing. And this hits home with me so hard because Nick came in 2 weeks ago and he said, "Mom, why don't you buy a handgun for us to keep at home for safety?" I said, "We got 2 rifles, 4 shotguns, and if anybody can get through me in a double-barrel shotgun." But I just don't want a handgun in my house because sometimes people get careless.
Sometimes.
There was an accident, and Matt was shot and killed. He was 21 years old.
Saw that on the news last
Mark
night.
McCard did a wonderful job on Channel 11. There's Matt. And I can't tell you enough good things about this kid, but the best thing about him was he is from a family that gave their life to support his racing. And I mean, his daddy, Fred, they are so into racing. I can't imagine what their day will be like.
Yeah.
I'm leaving here and going straight to the funeral home. I cannot imagine how they deal with it. When your child is racing, we go into racing knowing that our children could be killed on the track.
Sure.
And you don't expect it, but you prepare for it. And when this kid, I mean, he was killed in an accidental shooting.
And he was how old?
21 years old. 21 years old. He was the bright and shining star of NASCAR. I can't say enough now. I mean, I've always been weird about guns. I'm going to be weirder about guns now because the clip fell out of the gun. He didn't know there were bullets in it, you know, and there was. And you have to be careful. If you choose to have a weapon in your home and it is your choice, please, make sure that they are handled safely.
Well, it's I've got several guns myself. I've got a handgun, and you just have to really teach yourself what's going on. And even though there's not a clip in it, it doesn't mean anything. There could always be a bullet in there.
Right.
You have to be very careful.
Right.
You never point it at yourself or anybody else.
Right. Well,
whenever I'm doing a gun check or cleaning one, I've always got it pointed at the floor or ceiling or something, not at anybody.
Right.
So.
Well, it just, Matt Hawkins was 21. He's from Cherokee County. And Mark Picard said it best. He said, "You've heard it before. Gun safety is very critical, and by all accounts, he was familiar with the gun. He'd had it for a while. One mistake and the gun went off. That is one of those things. It was a terrible, tragic mistake, and it ended the life of a child who started in go-karts. And I mean, I can't tell you how much his family, how many hours they put in, how much work they did." How much they knew this child was going to achieve. He was going to be the best in NASCAR. And he is gone. His service will be today at 2 p.m. from South Canton Funeral Home. An amazing young man with an amazing talent, and I said it's like after Dale Earnhardt died, we certainly weren't related to him, but we spent days watching him race.
Yeah.
And I remember the first race day after his funeral, what that was like. 9 years ago yesterday, Dale Earnhardt was killed.
It's amazing.
And I said for Matt's parents to have to deal with this on the race weekend of the year. Daytona is the race weekend. Their young son quite possibly would have been racing Daytona next year. He was racing ARCA, racing Hooters, a good kid, a talented kid, and it's over. You know, it is over.
Well, when you follow people like that, you have a connection with them, whether you know them or not. So you feel like you do anyway.
Well, it's terrible. And I said, Nick was just devastated. And I said, you know, now you know why Mama didn't want a handgun in my house. But anyway, I had a good weekend until we got this phone call Saturday, and then it just, to be honest with you, we've been in shock because he's a young kid. So. But we did go to Brothers, had a good weekend there, went to the Nifty 50, to the Valentine dinner there. I was not in a great mood because, you know, I just keep thinking, you know, what a waste, what a waste.
You're going to need some gospel singing this week.
I do, and somebody told me we have a little gospel singing coming on.
There you go.
Now, we've made these folks a little nervous. We've told them we're going to give away one of their CDs, and we told them, you know, this is live TV. When it's live TV, if you goof, then your mama, your daddy, your granny, your aunt, your uncle, everybody sitting home watching knows that you goof.
I hear it all the time. So.
And you do, but they're used to going out in the public and singing and playing. They've got some really good piano music going on, huh? And a good bass guitar. And I told them, I said, y'all are a lot of trouble, but I think they'll be worth the trouble. So we're going to bring them on in just a little bit. Redeemed Cavaliers, and it's funny, but most of them live pretty close to you and I.
Yep.
A couple of them live in Canton, and the rest of them live Whitestone, Talking Rock, that area.
Pert near neighbors.
Pert near, what'd you say?
Pert near neighbors.
Lord, that sounds like Bessie Whitzel is resurrected.
Well, I mean, if you're in
Do you know who Bessie Whitzel was?
No, I know who Jethro Bodine was. If you can say that, I mean, in Pickens County, you can get away with that. Yeah.
Well, my Aunt Bessie Whitzel was one of the best cooks in the world, and we're going to be giving away a cookbook today. It's Pickens County FFA cookbook, and this has some of Aunt Bessie's recipes in it. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can read the recipe, you can cook it, but it will never be as good as hers. It will never be as good as her hen and dressing. Oh, my gosh. Well, you know, if you stay around me long enough, last Thursday we buried my Aunt Louise.
I'm getting worried.
Listen, we're standing at her grave. I swear this is the truth. This is so funny. And sometimes death brings funny things to happen.
It does.
We're standing at her grave, actually at my mama's grave, and Aunt Lou was buried right beside her. And we're talking, and I said, you know, Uncle Curtis is the last one. Uncle Curtis is all we've got left. Guess what? Uncle Curtis died Friday.
I'm getting worried being around you.
So if I say your name, be careful, because you may be out of here soon. But it was really weird.
Be sure to watch the obituaries when she's reading them.
We were standing there talking, and I said, you know, Uncle Clyde's gone, Grandpa's gone, we're naming all these, and I said, Uncle Curtis is the last one. The next morning, he was found dead in Louisiana at his house. So, but he lived alone till he was 88, and his wife passed away years ago. How cool is that to get to stay at home in your own home till you're 88 years old? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And he was an independent guy. If y'all have seen the program shot at my house with all my uncles and my granddaddy at their moonshine still, Uncle Curtis was one of those guys. And they no longer do that, you know, in Dawson County. None of that going on.
And that's how you learn how to drive fast, right?
That's how I learned how to drive fast. That's right.
Moonshine.
But we, Marcel and a couple of my cousins went out to Louisiana for the funeral. And
you sound like Jerry Clower. You got Marcel and Ledbetter and all that.
That's right. It's Marcel Ledbetter. Yeah. You got it. So anyway, interesting weekend. And once again, we can't say enough. Please pray for the Hawkins family. I don't know how they're going to deal with burying their young son today.
Well, that's got to be rough, losing a son or a daughter.
Oh, and he was, you know, he has a sister, but that boy and that race team was what the whole family did every weekend. So. Now,
how do you feel about the race yesterday being ended with rain?
I didn't watch the race yesterday. I couldn't handle it. I didn't. I went and listened to gospel music.
Well,
instead.
It was a typical soap opera. They had wrecks and people blaming each other, wanting to fight and all that stuff. Just typical.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah. And the lady in the box on the GPS thing, she said, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left.
And they kept turning left.
So.
Yeah. Well, today we're gonna do a little disclaimer and a warning. Today our program is gonna be versatile, to say the least.
Why you say that?
We've got gospel music coming on. Then we got some people that smell like pig farmers coming on.
And guess what she's got after
And
that?
then y'all won't believe what I'm bringing on last. And I can't believe I've given in to this.
It's not my idea.
We're bringing on some snakes. So I'm warning y'all, the last 30 minutes of the show,
I'll be hosting.
we are featuring a
You're outta here.
science teacher. We're featuring a science teacher and my goofy daughter, Angela, who feeds these snakes for her. When Miss Cooter's on vacation, Angela babysits the critters.
She didn't get that from you, did she?
She did not. And I'll tell you where she got it one day. If you'll sit down and talk to me, I'll tell you all about it. But they're going to bring lizards, maybe a tarantula or two, snakes. What was I thinking when I told them they could do this?
That's okay. You can leave. I'll host the show for the last 30 minutes.
Okay, well, I may sit over there
I
in one of
love
them rocking chairs. So, anyway.
We're going to put one of them around your
Warning,
neck.
warning, warning. There will be snakes on the set today. So, and hopefully the snakes, I will tell you that the boa constrictor has gotten loose before. And that's why I'll be over there. And they'll be over there. So, there you go. Well, right now we're going to take a break and go to the weather. Today's weather, according to my knee, is a little funky, so I don't know if
gonna be
it
a
means
seesaw
rain.
week.
Yeah.
Up and down
Today's
temperatures.
weather is brought to you by Gilmer County and Appalachian Community Bank, a great bank to come home to.
All aboard. Let's go to that land. Let's go to that land where milk and honey flow. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a better land, I know. Bounding hearts will make us start. We're trusting in our God. Come on, come on, come on. All aboard. Let's go to that land where the milk and honey flow. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a better land, I know. Abounding hearts will make us start. We are trusting in our God. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All aboard, let's go to that land. Well, there'll be no tears of sorrow, no more crying over there. For every day will be Sunday in that city, both bright and fair. We're gonna walk with all of the angels all around the great white throne. There'll be a happy, happy day when I get home. Let's go to that land where the milk and honey flow. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a better land, I know. Abounding hearts will make us start. We are trusting in our God. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All aboard, let's go, let's go. All aboard, all aboard.
You know, it's really confusing to sit here by Bill Siniard. He's singing along with the music. The reason he's singing along with the music is that was himself on that tape.
Well, I wasn't doing the bass part. I was just doing the lead part.
That was, who sings your bass, Randy?
Randy Johnson. Yeah.
And for folks who tune into WLJA, they were on the air on our program yesterday morning live. Did you goof up live?
Not that I know of.
You think you
But-
did a good job?
I guess.
What if I told you
kept
people
listening.
called in and said, who is that? No, they did
Well.
not.
We'll take whatever we get, you know. You know,
That's not-
if people complain, it means they noticed you.
That's right. Well, we do feature a Sunday morning sing, and we promote local talent. And the local talent could be the Promise Quartet from Blue Ridge. It could be y'all.
Angel Spirit.
It could be Angel Spirit.
Yeah.
It could be the Barker Brothers. It could be anybody local
Promise
that
Quartet,
happens to be singing gospel music. Well, the Redeemed Cavaliers are local.
They're local, yeah.
And they sing gospel music. Do you
That's
think we
right.
ought to promote them a little bit?
Go right ahead.
I think we should. Well, right now, y'all sit back. Gotta warn you. Push your DVR button to record. Because if you're smart enough to do that, I've learned to do it, guys. If I can do it, anybody can.
That's true.
Hit DVR, record, and you will have a copy. It's kind of like having a DVD of the Redeemed Cavaliers.
You're-
What you think of that?
You're electronically challenged.
I am definitely electronically challenged. But we're going to some folks who are not challenged about anything. They're not the least bit nervous to be on live TV. Let's go to the Redeemed Cavaliers.
Oh, it's a great, great morning. Your first day in heaven when you stroll down Noland Avenue.
spread his wings a time or two and learned how to fly.
Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you stroll down the golden avenue. There are mansions left and right, and you thrill to every side, and the saints are always smiling, saying, how do you do? Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you realize your worrying days are through. You'll be glad you were not idle, took time to read your Bible. It's a great morning for you.
I had a dream and I confess I needed to awake.
I dreamed I was an angel at the great pearly gates.
St. Peter said, why hello there, where have you been?
We've got your mansion ready, so come right in.
And then he read for an angel to act as a guide.
He spread his wings a time or two and learned how to fly.
Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you realize your worrying days are through. You'll be glad you were not idle, took time to read your Bible. It's a great morning, what a happy day.
We're going to feature our son Keith on this next song that he wrote.
Will Jesus be standing at the door to welcome me forevermore? Or I go the other way because I failed to stop and pray? Will it be alright when we reach that home? Oh Jesus, will it be alright?
It'll be all right.
Will we be complete on those golden streets? Be alright, it'll be alright. This is the waiting for me up there at the end of the road. He will surely be there for me to take this heavy load. Will it be alright when we reach that home? Oh Jesus, will it be alright? There will be complete on those golden streets. Will it be alright? It'll be alright. I said, will it be alright when we reach that home? Oh Jesus, will it be alright? There will be complete on those golden streets. Will it be alright? It'll be alright. Will it be alright? It'll be alright.
Welcome back. Now, right now, you're going to get a little bit of a break while we go to the community calendar, and then the Redeemed Cavaliers are going to sing a little bit more for you. Then we're going to have you go over there with them and interview them a little bit instead of trying to bring all them over here. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, right now, sit back and make notes, guys. Remember, a lot is going on in our community. Today's community calendar is brought to you by the Blue Star Supermarket in Jasper, the best prices in town. And somebody knew the other day that that is the store where I can shop blindfolded. So let's go to the community calendar.
There's a light that shines in darkness. just ahead. The day is breaking. Just ahead is heaven's door, and love will light the way to morning. When the night is past and gone, hold on until the morning. Hold on until the dawn. Hold on to Him who will not fail you. Hold on, keep holding on. Hold on until the morning. Hold on until the dawn. Hold on to Him who will not fail you. Hold on, keep holding on. Hold on, keep holding on. Hold on, keep holding on.
Welcome back. Bill Siniard, that was pretty good music. Who was that singing?
That was our group, the First Mountain City Quartet.
I thought it might be. Now, would you be nervous on live TV singing?
I've done it many times. You
Okay,
get nervous
and you're
before
okay
and
with
after,
it?
yeah.
Right.
You're not nervous during. but-
Right. Well, we've been giving these guys a hard time, and when they got here this morning, it took a lot to get them set up.
You build pressure
It
on
takes
people.
a lot to do what they do, but they are available to sing, and we're going to give you some information. Bill's going to go over and interview them after they do a couple more songs. But I'm going to give you a phone number right quick. It's 770-479-9358. So if you want to book the Redeemed Cavaliers to come to your church possibly and sing or to do a concert for you, there's the number to call. Right now, I'm giving you a concert. What more do you want? You didn't have to get dressed. You're sitting there in your pajamas. You're probably eating your oatmeal and drinking a little coffee, maybe a little hot tea. I would be drinking hot tea. But, it's chilling time, relaxing time.
You'd be wrapped up in one of those Snuggies they're selling on
I
TV
would,
too. wouldn't you?
absolutely. And thank you, Miss Pauline, for my quilt and my blanket.
got a blankie?
I have the neatest group of friends, and one of them brought me the sweetest gift, and it's something she and her mom made. Very, very precious to me. So thank you very much. And yesterday I saw her at Harbor Ministries, and she reminded me it is time for the gardens to be tilled. And I'm going out this week and take pictures. Her brother, Mr. Davenport, is the man who started in the garden that we shared with you all last year. We're going to give some copies of that away as we begin producing our new In the Garden.
In the garden too.
In the Garden too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Volume
Does that
2.
mean we're a mini series?
Volume
right.
2, yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now, sit back and once again hit that DVR button and you can record the Redeemed Cavaliers.
Soon I'll come to the end of my journey, and I'll meet the one who sweet story. It's a song that the angels cannot sing. I'm redeemed by the blood of the Savior, and 10,000 years or more I'll praise His name. 10,000 years will just be started. 10,000 years we've just begun. The battle's over and the victory's been won. 10,000 years and we've just begun. 10,000 years will just be started. 10,000 years we've just begun. The battle's over and the victory's been won. 10,000 years and we've just begun. 10,000 years and we've just begun.
We thank you for this opportunity to be on today. We do sing a lot of songs about heaven. That's a very real reality in all of our lives. This next song is another song about heaven. Goodbye, world, goodbye.
I've told all my troubles goodbye, goodbye to each tear and each sigh. This world where I roam cannot be my home. I'm bound for a land in the sky.
I walk and I talk with my Lord.
I feast every day on His word. Heaven is near and I can stay here. Goodbye, world, goodbye. Now don't you weep for me when I'm gone, 'cause I won't have to leave here alone. And when I hear that last trumpet sound, my feet won't stay on the ground. Gonna rise with a shout, gonna fly, gonna ride with my Lord through the sky. Heaven is near and I can stay here. Goodbye, world, goodbye. I won't have the blues anymore when I step across to that shore. And I'll never pine, for I leave behind my heartaches and fears evermore.
A day may be two, then goodbye.
Tomorrow I'll rise up and fly. Heaven is near and I can stay here. Goodbye, world, goodbye. Now don't you weep for me when I'm gone, 'cause I won't have to leave here alone. And when I hear that last trumpet sound, my feet won't stay on the ground. Gonna rise with a shout, gonna fly, gonna ride with my Lord through the sky. Heaven is near and I can stay here. Goodbye, world, goodbye.
That is is a Going to Heaven song if I ever heard one. We have a birthday today, Jordan Van Sant. I think his mom Maxie's birthday was Friday. Interesting. Two Van Sants having to celebrate together. He is a 10-year-old that is probably the light of his grandpa Max's. Happy birthday, Jordan. Now, right now, we're going to go to the Valentine's special. We showed it to you on Friday. It is just a lot of pictures that y'all shared with me, and the song that I absolutely adore. Kenny Rogers made it famous, but the Booth brothers do it better than Kenny Rogers. So keep that DVR going. You will have a copy of our Valentine's special now. Sit back and enjoy. When we come back, Bill's going to talk a little bit to the Redeemed Cavaliers. One of the folks here has a big connection to my car. Her husband keeps tires on my car. When you come back, you'll meet Donna Garrison and the rest of the group. So sit back and enjoy our Valentine's special.
He works hard to give her all he thinks she wants. A 3-car garage, her own credit cards. He pulls her late and he wakes her up with a kiss goodnight. Open a door for me, what would it hurt? Show me you love me by the look in your eyes. These are the little things I need the most in my life. Now the days have grown 2 years of feeling all alone, and she can't help but wonder what she's doing wrong. Now lately she would try anything to turn his head. Would it make a difference if she'd said, please buy me a rose, call me from work, open a door for me, what would it hurt? Show me you love me by the look in your eyes. These are the little things I need the most in my life. And the more that he lives, the less that he tries to show her the love that he holds inside. And the more that she gives love, more that he sees. This is a story of you and me. So I bought you a rose on the way home from work, to open a door to a heart that I've hurt. And I hope you'll notice this look in my eye. I'm gonna make things right for the rest of your life, rest of your life. And I'm gonna hold you tonight and do all those little things for the rest of your life.
Okay, do y'all see the panic on my face? It's not because my co-host has left me to go, he's going to go interview the Redeemed Cavaliers. It's because the snakes and the tarantulas and all those things are in the house. So right now, let's go to Bill. He's over there with a really nice group of people. Unlike me, to my right, I have snakes and bugs and lizards and critters, and I can't believe I gave in to do this. Let's go to something really pleasant, the Redeemed Cavaliers.
Okay, let's talk to these folks that y'all got to hear them sing. It's good stuff now. If you don't like that kind of music, there's something wrong with you. Let's start out by introducing the group to you, and we'll start right here.
I'm Ivan Watkins, and I've been with the Redeemed Cavaliers since it began in 2002. It used to be the Cavaliers Quartet, beginning back in the late 50s, and we progressed on, and my wife started the group in, 1992, I think it was, and finally the Cavaliers got redeemed in 2002, and we're now the Redeemed Cavaliers.
So you got saved after you started singing, is that what you're saying?
No, afraid not.
Okay.
I'm Carol Watkins. I started the group in '92 with the help of our baritone singer, Gordon Robinson. He had previously sung with the Cavaliers, and so he and I teamed up at that point. And,
Okay.
And we added on some other folks.
Miss Garrison?
I'm Donna Garrison. I have been with the group for right at 2 years now, and have thoroughly enjoyed my time with them.
Okay.
And my name's Gordon Robinson, and like Carol said, I've been around for a while with the Cavaliers and now Redeemed Cavaliers, and it's been a joy, been a true joy.
I'm Dan Gabriel. I've been with the group about 5 years. I just recently retired from Pickens High School, and about 23 years in Pickens County. And I've enjoyed my stay here, and I've enjoyed being in the group.
Now, teaching high school, that'll make you want to get out and do something else, like singing, so it kind of relieves your stress, right?
It gives you gray hair.
Go ahead.
And I'm Keith Watkins. I've been around as long as Dan, but actually I've been around with these two folks over here all my life, so my mom and dad. So I just came along when they asked me to see if I could help play the bass guitar.
Now, I noticed, Keith, you write some of the songs. How many songs do you write usually for the group? Is it just a few here?
We've done, I think, 5 in all on the
Okay.
3 CDs
All right.
thus far.
Now, you folks are out of Canton, basically, right? Down off Leonard Moody Lane, I understand?
Right, yes.
Okay, good. Now, some of the songs y'all are singing, I love because that's the old style. It's good old Red Book hymnal style songs. And the last one y'all sang was a Mosey Lister song, which is, he writes a lot of good stuff. In fact, the one we sang earlier, Hold On, is written by him. And Till the Storm Passes By, written by him. So that's always good kind of music. Y'all like playing the good stuff and keep doing it because a lot of people aren't
We
doing
like the
it.
Southern Gospel sound, and this is something that's just been with us for years, and we probably need to add some more to it one of these days, but
Yeah.
we still enjoy that. And we'll be going to the recording studio also the end of the month, the 28th, to do another project, and pray for us as we go.
Okay. Now, if the folks out here want to see y'all or have you come to their church or book you or whatever, or call to get some of your music, how can they reach y'all? Y'all have a phone number?
Yes, it's 770-479-9358 is our home number.
Okay, and they can reach you there
They
to
can
just to
reach us
book
there.
you or whatever,
Right.
right? Okay. Now, as far as getting music from you, is that a good place to get it to? Is just call the number?
Yes.
Now,
We also have some CDs available if there's any left over at Davis Barbecue.
you can get something to eat there while you're there too. Now, how about an address if folks just want to write and say they loved your music or they just want to order something from you?
119 Leonard Moody Lane, Canton, Georgia 30114.
Okay. Well, we hope you folks have enjoyed the Redeemed Cavaliers today. And now it's back to a very nervous Cherie Martin. I hear over there panting and whispering and going on because there's something over there with her. So.
Woo! Whoa, Lord have mercy, my skin is crawling, and it's because this studio is crawling full of things. We have... I have to tell y'all, the boa constrictor just went into the south. It went into the booth, and that scream you heard was our producer, Adam. I don't think Adam likes snakes any better than I do. Welcome to Live TV. We have some kids on here who may never come back. I had invited the FFA, and then we scheduled the snakes. Now, who's the pig farmer?
Nick.
Okay, Nick. As a pig farmer, do you ever go out into the yard to feed the pigs or out to the pen and see a snake?
I've never seen snakes in the barn, but I don't
Well,
like them.
sometimes they are in the barn.
He looks nervous too.
Sometimes they are in the barn, but these snakes came in. Were they in pillowcases?
Yeah.
Pillowcases.
You know, he keeps looking over his shoulder.
I know. I'm looking over everybody's shoulder.
He's like this right here. You know?
Goodness gracious sakes alive. Well, we're going to talk about a teacher later who teaches with different teaching techniques. In FFA, do you have special teachers who help you a lot and mean a lot to y'all and have made an impact on you?
Yes, we have 3 wonderful advisors. Our middle schooling is Mr. Dobson, and then we have Mr. Wright and Mr. Cantrell. And without them, everything we do would not be possible.
Right.
They spend more time with us than we spend with our parents most of the time.
Well,
And y'all are going to FFA, you're going to Perry this week, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm showing my commercial heifer.
Okay. And for anybody who knows, a heifer is not a fat woman.
Oh, I didn't say
I knew
nothing.
you were going to do that. I knew
didn't
you were
say
going to
nothing.
get me.
You know
a
what?
heifer is not a fat woman.
Well, you know what FFA stands for this morning, don't you?
I'm...
Frightened Folks of America.
Yes.
'Cause that's what y'all are. Frightened.
That's right. That's right. Okay, what are you going to be doing there?
I'm going to be showing a commercial heifer also.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'll be showing a commercial heifer.
Now, are you going to beat them? Or are you in the same class with them?
It really just depends on commercial heifers. Some shows they're shown by birth date, which me and her are usually in the same class. And then some of them are shown by weight. So depending on their weight, it depends on what class you're in.
You know, since you've been on TV, you're commercial.
Yes, I'm commercial. I am. My commercial value probably went down today because my nerves are not the nerves of steel I thought I had when those snakes showed up. I kind of lost
Well,
it.
Angela
so.
definitely doesn't get it from you, that's for sure.
No, and you know, I birthed that baby over there that's handling all those snakes.
So, y'all don't get to handle snakes since you do the farming and the whole nine. They don't teach about
Pigs,
snakes. and stuff?
cows,
It's just pigs, cows.
chickens.
Snakes are not exactly an agricultural pursuit, you know, unless you consider the pet trade. But
Have y'all ever been to the rattlesnake roundup down in South Georgia?
I've never been. Have any of y'all been?
No? Well, there is one once a year. So there may be a snake roundup around here in just a little bit. So we want y'all to stay. Now, each one of you, tell us your names.
Nick Cantrell.
Okay, and is your dad involved in FFA?
My mom and dad help out whenever we have a show going on or anything.
Because your parents being involved is very important in it, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I know that little heathen right there.
I'm Lauren Reese, and I'm the vice president this year, and my parents are both FFA alumni members.
Absolutely. And she eats breakfast near me at Annie's every Saturday morning. So.
I'm Addison Rott, and my daddy is actually one of the ag teachers, Joe Rott.
Right.
And this year, I'm the second year running of the FFA Reporter, so you may have read some of my FFA articles in the Pickens Progress. So.
Now, what if you had come in and said, I don't want to do FFA, Daddy. I don't like that stuff. I want to be the prom queen. What would your daddy have said?
Well, I didn't really want to be the prom queen, so
Well,
I
good
guess
for
that
you.
worked out good.
Good for you. Good for you. What do you think he would have said?
He probably would have supported me in behind
Good.
anything that I wanted to do.
Good.
My name's Colton Van Meter, and my parents help out as often as they can. My stepdad donates money for, like, the local livestock show we had the past weekend. They just help out any way they can.
And one of the things y'all are doing now, we're trying to raise money for FFA by doing a cookbook. Now, I said some of the recipes in here are my relatives' recipes. Aunt Bessie's recipes are in here, and I'm telling y'all, she is one good cook. There's a reason our family is all overweight. We're all good cooks, but she was one fine cook. Talk about a coconut cake. Lord have mercy, it was so good. How much are the cookbooks? 10 or 15?
They're 15, but
They're
I think
15.
they're going down to 10.
We've been talking
Okay.
about a markdown, so.
Okay. And don't mark it down, then people think it's not valuable.
I can, I can assure them it's a valuable
tell you it's
cookbook. You're going to
valuable
get all the
because-
best cooks in the county.
Well,
in that
that's
book.
exactly right. I have seen some great recipes in here. Now, if people want to purchase it, how do they do that?
They can contact the Pickens FFA at the high school.
Okay.
They can either get Mr. Cantrell or my dad. They can also contact Mr. Dobson at the middle school, and he can get a copy of it.
Okay.
Or is there somebody else that they can get in touch
Do you
with?
have them at the county extension office?
I don't think we have any of the extension office, do we?
I think we do have some at the extension
we?
office, and there might be some at also the Garner Ace Hardware in Pickens County. I believe they have some set up
Yeah,
there too.
because one of those little heathen boys that works over there might have a little something to do with FFA.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're going to find them around at a lot of just little stores around. We kind of placed around. People are helping us sell them, so it should be, if you can't find them in a store around you, just talk to Mr. Wright or Mr. Cantrell, and I
That's
can
right.
assure you can get a hold of
Now
one.
tell us your name and what do you do in the FFA?
I'm Andy Bishop. I'm the chapter president, and I show cattle, which reminds me of your smelling like a pig comment. Just for the record, cattle smell 10 times better. So,
Oh, yeah.
except for
yeah.
Nick over here.
Definitely.
No, but yeah, I'm the chapter president, and I've shown cattle since 8th grade. So.
Now, will you go to college with a career in mind for ag?
Yeah, I was wanting to go to UGA and do an animal science degree.
Will
over
you
there.
be accepted?
I have been accepted.
Good for
So,
you. Good for you.
That helps.
Oh,
But
yeah,
no,
it does.
I wanted to go over there and do that, and then maybe when I got through with that, I thought about being a large animal vet, and it's still kind of up in the air. But
You know, a large animal vet can charge just about whatever he wants to, because when he drives out there to your house and he's saving that expensive bull you've got sitting there, you're not thinking money, are you?
Ain't a whole
You're
lot of
just thinking,
competition
get
for
that
that.
checkbook out. Yeah, so good choice, young man. And what are the rest of you going to do? What kind of careers will you pursue?
Well, I've been accepted to ABAC, and I hopefully will go down there and do ag business, but I'm still not quite sure.
Is anybody involved in forestry? No? No. What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to be an ag teacher because I really enjoy being with FFA and I want to keep in touch with it.
Good for you. And what are you going to do?
To be honest, I haven't really decided. There are a couple of things that I'm tossing back and forth. Nursing for one. I thought about being a phlebotomist, which, yay, blood every day.
Oh, wow. Won't that be fun?
And then on a lighter side of things, I thought about being a cosmetologist and then also getting my degree in cosmetic tattooing and kind of helping with a doctor's perspective with that. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm planning on attending ABAC and becoming agriculture education teacher.
Have any of you thought about soil and water sampling and testing? Do you know every piece of property you buy in the state of Georgia today, you have to pay, I think I paid $250 for each piece of property, or $300. Have any of you thought about pursuing a career in that? All you gotta do is go out and test dirt. You know.
we all just
Have a
love
big
animals
degree.
too much, I guess.
Do you? Do
It's
you?
hard for us to
I
get
actually
into that.
thought about pursuing the career of a soil conservationist. My uncle does it. He actually lives in Kentucky, but he makes a pretty good amount of money, so I thought about pursuing
Right.
that.
To interpret that for you, it means saving dirt.
Right, it does, it does. Well, when I have the soil tested on any property we sell, I have to call a guy from over in Rome. There's not a lot of people doing that for a living. So it might be a good choice. You might think about that. If you like playing in the dirt again, then that might be a good choice. Now, how can you encourage people to get involved in FFA? How young can you join?
You can start FFA in 6th grade at Jasper Middle School, but if you go to PCMS, you have to wait till you're in high school. But I would encourage anybody who wants to do it because it's the best experience you'll ever have. And you learn so many leadership skills, and you meet people from all over the world.
Yeah, I can honestly say that if it hadn't been for this club, I probably would be too shy to do things like this. It's helped so much with, not just learning about the field and learning all that you can about every part of agriculture, but the leadership skills and the social skills you learn is
Right.
just priceless.
Because if you're at a convention, you might be called on to speak, huh?
And speaking of conventions, in the National FFA Convention, Andy was actually part of the national band. And coming up in April, we have the state convention, which is going to be in Macon, Georgia. And I hope to maybe participate in the talent portion and sing. Actually, I just got my audition tape ready to send in. So a lot of us have other talents and stuff that
Well, not
tend
that
to
we
have.
would put her on the spot, but do you think we ought to make her sing live today?
I think it'd be a great idea.
I think we should.
How are you going to make me sing live?
Well, can you sing?
Sing Acapulco.
Why don't you just
You want me to
sing?
sing a cappella?
Can you sing?
I guess.
I think that would be great. What about if we take a little break?
Well, you got a happy birthday, don't you, somewhere?
Yeah.
Just
but
let her sing happy
what
birthday
would you
someday.
like to sing? Do you have a choice you'd want to sing for us?
Don't you have a fight song in the
What are you
FFA or
singing?
something?
What are you singing in your talent?
My two songs that I sent in for my audition tape are going to be Patsy Cline, Walking After Midnight.
Oh, I love that.
And it's also going to be Sugarland Want To.
Oh, neat. Well, would you like to sing one of those today?
I would love to sing.
That would be
Sure.
great. Let's take a break and go to the obituaries. Today's obituaries are brought to you by Logan Funeral Home and Chapel in Ellijay, where we listen to what you have to say. You are important, and I hope we have
They're trying
obits
to tell
ready
you.
today.
They're trying to tell you
We don't
something.
have any obits ready
good.
yet today.
That's good.
So we will take a short break and go to the weather and for just a few seconds. When we come back, we're going to have this young lady singing for us. Do you think your daddy will be proud of you singing?
He might be proud of me.
I bet he will be. So we're going to take one quick break to go to the weather. When we come back, we're going to get to listen to Joe Wright's Baby. She's going to sing for us.
Down deep in my soul, down deep in my soul, a melody rings. I'm winging my way, I'm winging my way back home. A sinner is saved, my spirit now sings. I'm winging my way, I'm winging my way back home.
I'm climbing each day.
Every day since Jesus is mine. Truly mine. I've traveled the road.
Boy, is this an entertaining
Already
day. We have
fun.
gone from gospel music to snakes and critters. Now we're going to, what are
Pigs
you
and
going to sing?
cows and
I'm going to sing Walking After Midnight.
Good. Miss Patsy Cline, Walking After Midnight.
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm going to stop there.
You did a good job.
Go ahead.
And you're going to
After
do that in the
midnight.
talent contest?
I'm going to try and do that in the
In the
talent
moonlight.
contest. I have to send in my audition tape, and then they will let me know later on in March whether or not I get the pleasure of being on stage. So.
And that's going to be at the State in Macon?
Yes, it's going to be on the state. It's going to be in state. At the State FFA Convention in Macon, and there are thousands of people there, so it's kind of nervous.
How many of y'all will everybody be there? All of you will attend that? Good, good.
Would y'all like to hear her sing one now?
No, no, trust me. Trust me. We'll
that snake
have a
gets
seat,
over here,
Miss
she will
Addison,
start singing.
and we're going to spend about 3 more minutes with y'all, and then we're going to give you the choice. Do you want to stay here while we do the snake interview? Bill's going to go over and be with the snakes. Y'all could stay here and keep me company.
FFA, come on, man.
Come
It's
on,
animals.
yeah. Y'all can stay here and keep me
Insects
company.
and
What can
cattle.
What can people do to encourage supporting FFA? Whether they do a donation from their estate, is there something people can do if they've been involved in FFA and they love it? You always have to do fundraising.
Well, we do have many fundraisers that we do. We do different ones each year. Like this year, we're doing the cookbook. They can also join the FFA alumni,
Right.
which gives us a bunch of money for our shows and helps support us when we go on trips. And there's plenty of ways you can just help us out.
One good thing we always do, and I guess I'm like 2 days too late for this now until next year, but we have our local show every year, and we always need sponsors for that.
Right.
And it's always like the second week in February, just right before we go to Perry. So it just has passed, but, next year we'll be looking again, so we always appreciate sponsors.
I got an
Right.
idea. We can do a
What?
big gospel singing and raise money for them.
We could. We could. That's a good idea.
Do it at the
Y'all
high
could
school.
help us. That's exactly what we'll do. Well, I know a couple of gospel groups. Maybe we'll line them up. Right now, we're going to go to the community calendar for just a few seconds while we clear the set. Bill is going over with the girls and the critters. And Bill's going to come back and interview the girls and the critters. And Cherie's going to sit over here and take a nap.
You're going to
So,
the restroom, aren't you?
I am not going over there with the critters. But
gotta
right
check
now, let's go back to the community calendar for just a minute while we clear the set and we get ready for, I've warned you, I have done a disclaimer. Yes, there are critters. You will think this is the Wild Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Old McDonald wrapped up into one when we come back. So let's go to the community calendar.
Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away.
joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die.
How about that, folks? A tarantula right in my hand. No, not really. It's just the exoskeleton. She's got the real little bad boy right there. Tell us about the
She is a
tarantula.
rose tarantula.
Missing a leg here.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that arachnids at this size actually shed their entire skeleton because it's on the outside,
Just like a snake would.
just
huh?
like a snake. She looks like she's dead for about 3 days, flips up on her back, and then she just crawls out.
That's
And
amazing.
That's what's left.
That is amazing. It looks just, I thought it was one that was just being really good sitting there.
Now, if I saw that out in the yard when I was cutting Cherie's yard, I'd first of all pick it up and show it to her. Then I'd take it out and stomp it. But it's not real. That's just a skeleton. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty
amazing.
neat.
And kids are fascinated by that. And they'll always say, is that one has it been defanged? And a lot of the pet stores will tell you that they've been defanged, but if they're defanged, they can't eat, which means they would die. And if you look at this one from the bottom, you can see her fangs. She also grows a new set of fangs each time. So she's pretty fascinating.
Now, is this one still poisonous?
Yes.
And you're letting it crawl on your hand there, huh?
Yeah.
Now, you know, a lot of people out there watching this morning, that would just freak them out. They're getting the heebie-jeebies sitting at home right now.
Well, I've kind of got the heebie-jeebies too. You never know. I mean, you know, they're pets, but they're also wild animals.
Well, what's causing this one not to want to bite you? Because you're not a threat? It doesn't feel a threat?
And she can't eat me.
Can't eat you, okay.
So, which these have been handled quite a bit. That's one thing I try to teach the children is, yes, I have this one, but we need to treat every animal as if it's poison.
Sure.
Because I don't want them to, you know, go out, and I try to let them know that, no, they're not defanged and, you know, that kind of stuff, because
they can hurt you.
they really hurt you.
Well, tell us about the little gecko here. I see him licking the cage.
They're so
He's,
cute.
Can you get him out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, he
cold.
sells insurance, doesn't he?
Yeah, kinda. I don't know if you'll
I
talk for
love
me today.
geckos.
There's you one.
Cool.
These are actually lavender, and then one of them is a leopard gecko.
And the baby's over
Hello,
here
mate.
like dinner.
And they are primarily, you can find geckos just about anywhere.
Looks like something my dad fishes with, you know, like a lizard, spring lizard, but he's a little bigger than that. So.
Yeah. You can tell if they're healthy by their tail. They store fat in their tail.
Well, that
back
sounds like
here.
somebody else I know.
Don't talk about me right here while I'm
No,
standing
I'm talking
here.
about myself. I'm pretty healthy. I got fat in my tail, so go ahead.
People think these guys are really slimy, but they're actually
Yeah, he's-
very dry.
Yeah, he is very dry.
This is something that I'll let the children hold.
Cherie, you want to hold this one? Okay. She said no, folks.
There's so many different kinds of geckos, and I know when I first got this one, I put them both together, and the first thing that one did was bite this one's tail off. But as
But
you
it's
can
amazing
see,
it grows back.
It grows right back.
Grows right
yeah.
back. How about that? Now,
Yeah.
you got a larger lizard over there, or whatever that is.
That's a bearded dragon, right?
It's a bearded dragon. They primarily come from Australia. This is just a baby.
Yeah, they get big. We babysat a really big one for her one time when she had to go somewhere. She said, "Can you watch my bearded dragon?" And he was huge.
He was huge. He was about 37 inches long.
Well, he's got a tail on him.
Yeah, and he can use that as a weapon.
I'm sure. Watch him flatten out when he feels threatened, right?
Yeah.
They blow up, look bigger like
They're
a cat
amazing,
does.
yeah.
All of these are carnivores. They won't eat anything dead. They want to kill and capture their own prey. I brought this one especially for Cherie.
She won't hold him, I'm sorry.
I know the big one that I had, he passed away, but I would put him on my shoulder, and people thought it was actually a pin.
He's in the floor, folks.
He didn't want to stay on, did he? But
Cherie.
that's what he does.
Well, she's already had to change her to Penn's undergarments once this morning, so we don't want to do that again. So. Now, Angela, tell us what you've got over there.
I have a ball python. And this is just a little medium size, nothing too big. How big do you think she is? How many feet?
She's probably about 2.5. What's amazing is when they stretch out.
Yeah, that's when you really
that's when
see
you can
how
tell
big
how
they
big
are.
they are.
Yeah.
Where's this one go?
She's cold. I've been trying to warm her up with my body.
Ball pythons,
They're really cold.
primarily come from Africa, in certain regions of Africa. This type won't get but about a foot longer.
Wow.
So it's a pretty small snake.
Well, I've always wanted to have one
Yeah.
of those around my neck. Can you do that for me? Just
Sure.
let's see if
She
it- let's
would
see if it'll-
actually
let's see if
she would
it'll get
actually
choked.
love it because you're warm,
Okay.
and you'll be surprised at how strong she is.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll be going. We got a pet or two black snake that comes in the yard every now and then, so we play with them. They're non-poisonous.
Now we need
Yeah,
to know
very
how
nice.
brave you are,
Why is that?
because this is a smaller version. This is a different species.
You're bringing out the big boy, huh?
Bringing out the big
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, let me take the little baby, the little tiny one.
Where's my pocket knife? I'm gonna have to cut this thing off in a minute. So.
And I keep it,
Oh.
when we transport them, I just take it and put it in a
Yeah, it
Big
don't look,
pillowcase.
it doesn't look too happy.
She's fine. She's fine.
She's just excited to
Sherry,
be on
this is the one you
TV.
need to see. What are you
She's so
biting what are you biting your
happy.
fingernails over there for, Sherry? She's chewing her nails off over there, folks.
I came to Cooter's house Friday evening, and she was up in her cage.
Now, is this the one that got down on the couch and somebody couldn't find
Yes,
it? And
this is the one that got out and got in the couch.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good size one there.
She's a pretty good size one.
Yeah, if she's in your couch, you don't want to bother her.
My husband was absolutely scared to death.
Kind of
Yeah.
matches my suit.
Yeah.
But she is a red-tailed boa.
Yeah.
I've had her for about 7 years, maybe.
Yeah.
A student of mine.
She likes us both.
You want to try this one
It's
out?
a
Yeah,
pretty
try that one.
snake.
She's really strong. And
Well,
she's heavy.
Pretty heavy, too, yeah.
Yeah. Look how fat she is. And what did you tell me they can eat?
She
Based
can
on
eat
their-
anything double the size of where she is its biggest part.
I'm pretty safe then.
Yeah. Last time she ate a rat like this big.
Now, these bite?
Rats.
Okay, they don't bite people most of the time. They can, but
They
usually
can.
don't.
Yeah.
But you've got to understand too that these have been raised since they were babies. She was actually found in a shopping mall
It's a pretty
in
strong snake.
Marietta, and she was only about this big, and two little boys had beat her with a stick. And a family actually found her and had a lot of vet bills because usually they die after something like that.
I beat a few snakes with a stick myself, so.
And you know,
She's a rescue.
what's interesting to me is I had a friend that had a red-tailed boa that caught a cold and died from, she said the kids were sick and the snake caught the cold and it died. So that's very amazing that they can catch a human cold. It can affect them so much.
I just think it's real important in teaching children, once again, that I treat her as I would any other snake, as she would be poison. She came from a pet store, but also she's a rescued animal. And, you know, you can do a lot of different things with them. She primarily comes from in the Columbian area, but, you know, when you do map skills and that kind of thing, what better way to actually give them something to want.
Right.
You know, to want to look it up and do all that with it.
Now, what's amazing to me is, see, her head looks like a diamond shape, which
Right.
they always say is the poisonous ones.
Like a big
But
fish.
that's-
The more that I'm looking at snakes with you, I see that, so that's not always true. It's a regional thing.
No. In the United States, it's primarily true. In other parts of the world, it's exactly opposite.
Okay.
And that's what the kids will come in and say. Oh, my daddy said if you look at his eyes. You know, and I'll say, well, if you're so close that you can see its eyes, you're too
You're in
close.
trouble.
Right.
I can see
Yeah.
that one's eyes right now, so.
Yeah, but she's been loose a couple times in the house.
Now, I see her, she's
On
starting
her
to
own.
constrict around your arm. You're getting your blood pressure took there, aren't you?
Kinda. She is actually, she's very nervous.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people here nervous,
It's
so.
cool in here.
Yeah.
Now-
So
She
they
wants
they
to
are
stay
cold.
warm.
Now, one last question, Angela. Sherry is deathly afraid of this stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
Cooter has trained me well. I've always been fascinated with it since she's first ever had the animals. I've gone over to her schoolroom and seen them, and she's got turtles and fish and all kinds of amazing stuff. So she has broken my fear of them just with knowledge, you know, learning about them. And the more knowledge you have about something, the less fear you will have of
and
it.
one other word is respect. You have to know which ones to respect.
And,
how to,
and just this, the way he's doing this, you wouldn't believe how strong this snake is.
yeah, and this
know.
one's very heavy too. You can tell by looking at it, but when you put it on your neck, you can feel it's just like a,
Yeah.
you know, big tire chain or something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I hope
But
you
they're not
folks,
slimy. They're not anything like I ever had imagined. They're actually cold, like Cooter said. They're just clinging to us because we're warm. But they're soft, actually.
Well,
It's not.
I hope the audience has enjoyed this. And Ms. Cooter, if you have a phone number they can call and find out, I want to get involved in this. Can they call you and ask you some questions
Sure
about it?
they can. My number is 770-735-2387. And, you know, we need teachers from all realms because students learn in different ways. And when I was in school, I had a really hard time just, you know, sitting down and reading about something. So I do the hands-on approach.
Well, I hate to tell you this. I think the snake has demolished your microphone there.
Oh.
So, anyway, all right. Well, we're going to take these over to Cherie in just a second. So y'all enjoy yourself here, and we're going to go right back to Cherie.
Well, we're back, and I'm telling you what, I'm glad I'm over here. Now, you kids have become my best friends now because you decided you did not want to go over there. Although you like animals, you like the big four-legged kind, y'all are all sitting here a little bit intimidated. Would you be interested in any of that? Would you love to have had a science teacher who got you involved in it? Are
I
y'all
would
all
have.
scared?
I guess I'm the oddball. I enjoy it. I work at a vet's office,
That's
so
what
I
Miss
see some of
Noland
that.
did this to get her children interested. And we actually shot a heart of the home in her class, and I made her cover up the cages before I went there. Because she does have all kinds of snakes in her class, but it's a great teaching tool. Bill, get that thing out of here. I don't care if it's dead or not. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. I'm going to choke him, y'all. I'm just going to choke him. Get that thing out of here. Get that thing out of here. It's dead and it's got a broken leg. I don't care. Get it out of here. Y'all just don't know. Now, I'm the girl who doesn't even like gnats. So, you know, I don't like this stuff. And I'm going to make another statement. Angela is my child. She is my biological child. And the reason I know that, she was born at Grady Hospital in Atlanta. There were 23 babies born that night. She was the only white baby, so I know she's mine. But let me tell you something. If I did not know that for sure, I would not know that this child is my child because I am terrified of any critters. Puppies, kitties, I love them, but critters, I love baby polled Herefords. When they're first born, they're so cute. Yeah, they're precious. They're precious. But that stuff they got over there, there ain't nothing precious about it, is there? But it's pretty cool that she chooses to teach with a different technique, a totally different technique, and a totally different outlook on life. Now, I wonder how many students walk in her class and are terrified. You think there would be?
Probably so, yeah.
Probably.
There would, there'd be the percentage always who are terrified, and there's always going to be the percentage who just walk in and say, all right, class is going to be great today.
And there's some boys that probably want to be scared, but to show out with girls, they go, oh, that's nothing. That's no big deal. And you're admitting it right here, aren't you? No, I didn't like it. Now, Lauren, did you want to go over there and hold any of those? No. Addison, did you?
I probably would have.
Would you have? Yeah.
Especially the little gecko. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, the little gecko was pretty cute. The little gecko was pretty cute. Get that thing out of here.
I'll touch it.
Okay, Bill's brought one over here. Don't you get that thing around me now. Don't you hold it. No. Okay, all right now. Don't lose it now. Don't you lose it. Do you know what would happen if you lost that thing in here? How sweet. So we have now got the FFA doing other animals. Don't you let it run off. Okay. Well, right now, we are going to... don't you let it run now. Hold on to it tight. It is precious. It is so cute. Guys, do you want to invite people to Perry to the show?
Oh, yeah.
Or tell people how to get there.
Pretty much, if you can get to 515, you can get to Perry. Just head south, go through Atlanta, go through Macon, and eventually you'll get to Perry, and we're on the big Georgia National Fairgrounds. It's right on the left-hand side of the interstate. You really can't miss it.
And it starts Wednesday, and the fair and everything runs, or is this just the show?
This is the
rodeo.
Yeah, this is the
Rodeo.
rodeo. This is the state junior livestock show. In October, they have the Georgia National Fair, and we go there for a show, too. But this is really when I guess this is the big one for the showmen because this is like our state show where everybody, it's the last show for a lot of the seniors, and so it's a big deal.
Well, thank you for all being here today. And we have to encourage people, if you are looking at something you want to put your money into, an FFA scholarship maybe, if you have if you have this huge estate and you want to do something with it, help out the kids in FFA, right? Yep. That's right. Right now we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break because my nerves are shot. They are shot. We're going to take a break and go back to the community calendar for just a minute while we clear the set and get all the critters off the set. All the critters are leaving the house. Elvis has left the building. And we're bringing the biggest critter of all, Bill Siniard, is coming back, and we're going to sign off for today. I think Rich Scott is in the house, but I don't know if Rich is a little bit nervous about being over here with these snakes or not. We'll see when we come back. Just go to the community calendar.
You left me for the bright lights of the town. A country boy set out to see the world. Remember when those city lights shine down? That big old moon shines on your Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright is it shining in your world? Some morning when you wake up all alone, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. Don't wait to bring great riches home to me. I need no diamond rings or fancy pearls. Just bring yourself, you're all I'll ever need. That's good enough for this blue Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright is it shining in your world? Some morning when you wake up all alone, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl.
Y'all, now I'm breaking out the cold sweat. I'm telling you. Woo! But I will say, I have been in Cooter's classroom, and the kids absolutely love her teaching techniques. I, on the other hand, had a teacher who taught with a boa constrictor, and I did not like it, although I have now let Bill put this gecko on my desk. Don't you
harmless.
let that sucker go from
got
here.
him.
You hold on to that thing. But I've got to say hello to the sweetest little man. I've met him a couple of times. His name is Ruel DeFore. He is in the hospital right now, pancreatic cancer. He is at St. Joseph waiting on his second surgery. He is the sweetest thing. He came up and talked to me at the Primitives Quartet, and I wasn't sure what his name was. But we got an email this morning from his family. He is in the hospital waiting on his second surgery for pancreatic cancer. That is one of those tough, tough cancers. We wish him well. Bill, hold on to that thing. And I'm telling y'all, he watches the show every day, and he'll be missing it while he's at St. Joseph for 7 to 10 days. Well, we can't wait till you come home and get to watch us again. Thank you, Tammy, for the email, because I didn't know your dad's name, but I knew he was a sweetheart. Once again, I've got to talk about Matt Hawkins. I would please like to show his photo again. Matt Hawkins is a young man whose life tragically ended on Saturday morning. Now, he was the best, he was the brightest, and I want to talk to you about something. Somebody wrote this about Matt. By all accounts, he was a good and talented young man. He did something that no other race car driver has done. He won his first career start in 2 different racing series, the ARCA Remax Series and the USAR Pro Cup Series. He did something that no other racer has ever done. And then his life was cut short by an accident with a handgun. Please, please, please be cautious when handling guns. Today his family will be saying goodbye to him at South Canton Funeral Home, 2 o'clock. It is one of those things you just never know. But he was an extreme talent and a wonderful young man, and please, please put the Hawkins family in your prayers. Now, Bill, I think I've had about as much excitement as I can stand for one day.
Well, enough for one day.
We've had snakes. We've had tarantulas. We have had, where's that thing? Oh,
It's
gosh,
a gecko.
it's on your shirt.
He's blending in with my suit here.
And you told me he sells insurance, and you're shopping
Yeah.
for insurance right now? So,
Well, aren't we
whatever.
all?
Whatever. Well, if you're shopping for anything, you can go to Trading Time. I quite often go to Trading Time. I have a motorhome we're going to put on there in the near future. A friend of mine wants to sell it. It's a 95 model. It's $15,000, and that's all I remember about it. So I'm going to have to get some photos and send them to Rich and post it. Now, is the gecko going to be on Trading Time?
I don't think they can trade this one. No, they
No,
won't keep him.
I don't think so. Well, the
he's a
snakes
family
are
pet.
still about, and we will say children are here in the studio playing with the snakes. The kids are
They're
not
all over
afraid
the
of the
place.
snakes. The kids, unlike me, the big kid, I am terrified of snakes. Right now, let's go to Rich Scott. Let's see what he's trading today. You think he's trading on a boa constrictor?
No.
It's been an interesting day. You know, occasionally, most people, do you know what the term staying regular means?
I sure do.
Well, a boa constrictor only goes once a month.
And this was
Guess
the
what the
time.
boa constrictor did on the set?
We got snake poo in the studio.
Oh, this has been a day, y'all. This has been a day. I've dreaded today because I knew we would have to talk about Matt. I know that he has affected the whole world of racing. I know his passing will be, he will be so, so missed. He was a bright and shining star. Now, we have some folks who are going to close out the day for us today. Bill Siniard with his gecko.
I like him.
Did you work out some insurance deals with him?
Yeah, I've already talked to him. He's going to give me a 15% discount in 15 minutes.
Oh, good. Well, the Redeemed Cavaliers are going to play us off the air today. They're going to do one more song for us. And I encourage you, please take care of your guns. If you're a gun owner, we own guns, but please, please take care of your guns. Today we will be saying goodbye to Matt Hawkins, 21 years old, a wonderful young man from Cherokee County. We knew him, we loved him, we treasured the time with him. He was one exceptional young man. He was on our show last year, and I can't even imagine what life will be without him for his parents.
Be tough.
So please put them in your prayers. And right now we're going to go to the Redeemed Cavaliers and let them sing, and then we'll come back to say goodbye to you.
I don't know exactly how sweet heaven will be. I don't know what beauty or what glory I'll see. I don't know what I'll behold at morning divine. Know for sure that heaven's really gonna shine. It's gonna shine. It's gonna shine. It's gonna shine. It's gonna shine. For sure.
can say I have now seen snake poo. Let me tell you. Now, it was an interesting day, wasn't it?
It was, but they cheered you up with that last
yes,
song
they
there.
did.
Made
That
you
was
feel
a
a little
great
better,
song. That
calmed
was
you
a great
down.
song. And I'm going to ask one question, and then we're going to give away this CD from the Redeemed Cavaliers. If you can tell me what Miss Noland does, her name was on the screen. If you can tell me why she was here today and what she does, call us at 866-939-2329, and you will get a copy of the Redeemed Cavaliers. Check them out, and if you need to have them at your church, get in touch with them. Now, you've been singing a lot lately. Did you sing any this weekend?
Sang yesterday at church. Yes, we did. We sang the one we hadn't been singing about 6 or 7 years, and people liked it. They seem to anyway. So, yeah, we sang
What was it?
The Depths of the Father's Love, written by Rodney Griffin.
Love that song. Love that song. Well, today is going to be the beginning of a great week. Tomorrow, my last, I swear, y'all, no more relatives are dying. Uncle Clyde will be buried tomorrow. Uncle Curtis will be buried tomorrow. Uncle Clyde's already been buried.
Do you have any uncles and aunts left?
No. I'm telling you, this is the end of it. It is very strange. Well, I do have Aunt Leela, and good morning to Aunt Leela. And she told me to correct myself. I'm always bragging on her sweet potatoes. You know what she says? Cherie, they're candied yams. They're not sweet potatoes. So, Aunt Leila, I have corrected myself. Thank you very much.
You're from the South, right?
It's going to be a busy week. We have a lot going on. I have a young race car driver coming on Thursday. It's going to be a tough day. But we had already scheduled him, and he is 18 years old. He's a student at Etowah High School. He is one of those guys. They said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Do you know what his reply was? "My car is my girlfriend." That happens in racing. Kids get wrapped up in it. Their families get wrapped up in it. Once again today, please take care of your weapons. If you have a gun in your home, secure it. Make sure there are no accidents at your house.
Exercise your right to own one, but take care of them.
That's right. We own lots of guns,
safety.
but it is very unnerving, and today will be a very sad day for the Hawkins family. So please continue to remember them in your prayers. Matt was an awesome young man. His shop was right next door to Annie's Restaurant in Jasper. He was accessible to anybody who wanted to talk to him. He was an awesome kid, and I can't say enough good things about him. I can say God has a plan. You know, God has a plan. I don't know what the plan is, but I know that a lot of young boys will be grieving today, and they will be looking at his life. He was the one that had the sponsors. He was the one that had the talent. He was the one that was moving on in racing, and he is gone. He is gone. So goodbye, and best wishes to the Hawkins family. Well, you know what happens today? I'm going to leave here and try to calm my nerves. The studio today was full of critters. You being the biggest critter here. From North Georgia Now Today, I'm Cherie Martin.
And I'm Marlon Perkins from Wild Kingdom.
He is, but I will admit to you, he said he wouldn't even hold the tarantula.
No.
Thank you very much. No, thank you very much. From North Georgia Now Today, tune in every Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 a.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m., and 12:30 to 2 a.m. Yeah, right. You be here and we'll be here too.
You lost your health and your wealth has faded away.